everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from Darkwater. Yes, we are back once more with another of the adventuring party. We are here with Drolf Ironhead, the all-new Dwarden character, contained within Darkwater in this amazing, fantastic box that Games Workshop very kindly sent me early to build up and paint with all of you. And that is exactly what we're going to do now, so we're going to jump in and we're going to start painting up Drolf Ironhead. So, the colour we're going to be using first is Space Wolves Grey. He's been primed in Grey Sear. I'm going to start with the Space Wolves Grey over the top of everywhere that's going to be blue. So we have his kind of shirt and his overcoat and all this kind of thing. And one of the blues is considerably darker than the other. That's okay. It's the same sort of colour palette. So we're going to be applying this Space Wolves Grey over the top of the trousers, the tabard, the overcoat and all that good stuff. Then we're going to make the other one darker a little bit later on. Not too much later on though. So with that Space Wolves Grey all applied, we're then going to take a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Black Templar and Ultramarines Blue. And we're going to apply this over top of all the areas we want to be the darker blue. So with that all done, we're then going to take some Cygor Brown and we're going to apply this over the top of all of his lower armour. So this is going to be the lower, I should say lower leather. It's going to be all the belts and the kind of hip plates. It's going to be that little pouch that's just there. The cover of the axe on his belt. And that's kind of about it. And so with that now done, we're going to take some Black Legion and we're going to apply this over the top of the boots, but not the turn downs of his boots, but also over the top of what I'm assuming is little crossbow bolts in the pouch on his tummy, and over the top of the string on the aforementioned crossbow on his back. And so with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Wyldwood and we're going to apply this over the top of, well, pretty much all of the remaining leather. Now this is going to exclude any turnbacks and any trim, of course, but we are going to apply this over the top of the gloves, the backpack straps. We're also going to apply this over the top of the crossbow itself as well. But don't worry, we are going to add some additional colour to add a little bit of variation in shortly. And whilst we wait for all that Wyldwood to dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Agrax Earthshade and we're going to apply this over top of all of those trimmy, knotty bits and the turnbacks of the gloves and boots. And so with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take a roughly 2 parts Garaghak sewer to 1 part Lamy medium mix. And we're going to apply this over the top of the backpack and the strap that goes around his waist, well, chest. So with that all done, our next colour is going to be some Skeleton Horde. And we're going to apply this over top of the rope. And with that now done, we're then going to take some Gryph-Hound Orange and we're going to apply this over top of his beard. Just whilst we wait for that Gryph-Hound Orange to dry, we're then going to take some Flesh Tearers Red. I'm going to apply this over top of the grips of the axes. With that now done, we're going to take a small amount of some Cygor Brown. And we're going to apply this over top of Drolf's moustache. And we're going to apply this over his goatee as well. This is a little strip down the middle of the beard. You can see on the box art. And with that Cygor Brown applied, we then take a small amount of some Fyreslayer Flesh. And we're going to apply this over top of his face. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Iron Warriors. And we're going to apply this over top of the axe heads. All of the sort of mechanical areas of his crossbow on his back. And over the top of that little pot of armour in here. And over his pauldrons. And with that now done, we're going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. I'm going to apply this over the top of all of our remaining details. So with that now done, we're going to add some shades. And the first of these is going to be some Reikland Fleshshade. And we're going to apply this over top of the beard. In here. Like so. And we're going to apply this over the top of the gold. As well as, actually, thinking about it, the rope. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Nuln Oil and we're going to apply this over top of all the silver. And with that all done, we then need to apply a second coat of Agrax Earthshade over the top of the knotted trim and the axe handle on the base, on the belt, not on the base. So with those shades applied, Drolf Ironhead is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, and he's looking pretty good. However, we're not going to leave him there, of course not. No, we're going to take it to the next level. I'm going to do this by adding some highlights. Now, the first of these is going to be some thinned down Thunderhawk Blue. I'm going to use this to highlight the darkest blue. So with that Thunderhawk Blue applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Fenrisian Grey. And we're going to use this to add a little spot highlight to the dark blue. Just going to pick the sharpest little points and corners. For example, right here. Like that sort of thing. But what we're also going to do is going to use this to highlight our pale blue. So with that now done, what we're going to do is move on. I'm going to take some thinned down Tuskgor Fur. And we're going to use this to highlight the darker Cygor Brown on the lower half of his body. And with that now done, we're going to take some thinned down Steel Legion Drab. And we're going to use this to highlight the gloves. So with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Mournfang Brown. I'm going to use this to highlight the backpack. And so with that now done, we're going to take some thinned down Dawnstone. And we're going to use this to highlight the black details. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Garaghak stone. And we're going to use this to highlight a bunch of different details. So we're going to use this to highlight all of the little knotted trim and the turnbacks. We're going to use this to draw in some wood grain to the handle of the axe down here. By just doing lots of little lines. Like that sort of thing. We're going to use the Garaghak stone to add some little spot highlights to the end of the brown parts of the beard. Like that sort of thing. And we're also going to use this to add some wood grain to the crossbow. And so with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Cygor Orange. I'm going to use this to highlight the beard. And with that Cygor orange applied, we also use this to highlight the grips of the axes as well. But what we're going to do next is we're going to take some thinned down flayed one flesh. I'm going to use this to highlight Drolf's face. With that flayed one flesh applied, we then take a tiny little bit of Black Legion and we're going to apply this over top of his eyeballs. And with that Black Legion applied, we then take a teensy tiny little dot of Screaming Skull and we're going to apply this in the corners of the eyeballs. And so with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Liberator Gold. We're going to use this to highlight, well, all the gold. And so with that Liberator Gold all applied, to finish off Drolf, we're going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. I'm going to use this to highlight the silver. And there we have it, with the base now complete. Drolf Ironhead, the third of our adventuring party, is now finished, and he is a lovely little Dwarden. I really want to see more Dwarden in Age of Sigmar, and, well, various other properties of Age of Sigmar. But just nice. These guys are just like this sort of generic Dwarden, which is really cool, and just need to see more of them. Cities of Sigmar next, please? That would be lovely. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.